And
exactly.
how was that communication? Was keywords, dialogue, sometimes body language? How was that communication?
Well, we played in a phase, Fernando, where it was not very. We played what you call the more like the Aussie combination. I formation was just about to happen a little bit, and sometimes the hand slap after the point just to show commitment to your partner. It was not really there yet. We just started it only with when we won a point. Like, oh, let's celebrate high five, low five when you win a point. Nowadays, you see they give each other high five or fist pumps at almost every point, even if they lose one.
Yeah.
We think like, hey, you just lost a point. Why give each other a high five? But that just started. The speaking like this behind the mouth just kind of started in our era. But we felt we needed to communicate by talking. So Paul and I, yes, we had hand signals behind our back. But we felt on first and on second serves, we would tell each other. So we would come together after every point. It shows also towards your opponent that you're talking, that you're a team, and that you have a plan. And we would say, okay, where do you go with first? Where do you go with second? What's the net guy going to do? Is he going to cross? Is he going to fake? Is he going to stay or whatever? So we always talked before every point on first and second serve, what we're going to do and what the net player was going to do. And on top of that, we would say, let's say Paul would tell me, okay, first go down the middle, I'll fake. Next one, go body, I'll cross. And then I would even say, okay, on the first one, if you fake, pay attention to the return down the line, because many times I would know that, okay, Woodbridge on his back and maybe would go down the line, whatever.
Yeah.
So we would warn each other. So this has always been our communications, and only very rarely we would use hand signals. Sometimes after a net serve, maybe you would repeat what we already told each other. Sometimes we showed one on the back because we saw what the net guy might see, that the guy returning all of a sudden would change position to run around a return, for instance, or change his tactics, but very rarely. I hate it, even when I see now that some guys, they show hand signals after the first serve, before the second serve. And I think if the net guy is asking for a certain solution, when the guy is serving, and the net guys or the serving guy can always say, no, I don't like this choice, show me another one. That to me would put doubt in my mind. I want to know. And I don't like to see changes last minute or last instant. Or if that guy is showing me something and I say no, and it is a second serve at 30-40 or whatever, well, I wouldn't like that. I want to be certain.
It's not creating a circle of confidence, no? It's like too many choices.
Too many choices, too many variables. And sure, you look at body language, you can see if your partner is looking happy, you can see what your opponents are doing or how you feel. But even with body language, sometimes I think it's better to ask the question, or in between points, or a changeover. If it's body language from you or from your partner, it's better to throw it out in the open and talk about it. And if it's an assumption, sometimes you make a bad assumption because your judgment is not very good when you're tired, or when it's important, when you're tight. It's better to talk.